Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you all doing? Let me know where it is you are joining in from. Welcome to Nerdy Nubians. I actually have a PowerPoint for this presentation, which I'm going to be sharing with everybody. I hope everybody enjoys this one. So Nerdy Nubians actually is something that's been coined by Dr. Dima Mahmood. I would randomly text her facts that I find related to Nubia, or things that I would find that are related to Nubia, random facts. And then one day she just replied, "You nerdy Nubian," and we were like, "Boom, let's make that a podcast." So I guess this is the announcement of the podcast. I will be starting a podcast called Nerdy Nubian, inshallah. This is going to happen after I take care of everything that I need to take care of, including school, because I'm still a student. So inshallah, after school gets done, you folks will see episodes of Nerdy Nubian. But I'm going to give you guys a brief teaser of what Nerdy Nubian looks like. And I hope you all enjoy this. Okay? Give me 1 second while I share my screen with you. All right, here we go. So I'm going to share, and I want you to let me know if you can see the slideshow. If not, just comment and let me know. Give me 1 second while my computer's a little slow. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy the facts and enjoy what you are about to see. Okay. All right, so that should work. All right, so here we go for a Nerdy Nubian. Okay, I'm going to switch over and then I will get into it. Okay, so this is Nerdy Nubian. I will be starting this podcast. You can follow me on IG, which is probably where it's going to be, and on Twitter. I'll share random facts there. But welcome to Nerdy Nubian. Okay, so everybody knows Black Panther. Everybody's seen the movie. Unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman passed away 2 weeks ago. May he rest in peace. But everybody has seen this, Wakanda Forever salute, and I want to talk about the origins of that. You will find that, and this is the Wakanda Forever salute right here, that they do in Black Panther. The origins of that are actually here. You will find lots of, paintings or hieroglyphs with, pharaohs who are holding the two scepters, one scepter right here and one scepter right here, which are, and, they have the crown with the double snakes, which signifies ruling both lower and upper Egypt, meaning Sudan, Nubia, and Egypt. Sudan and Egypt, because that's what it was at the time. Nubia, it was all Nubia, but yeah, to give it to present day Sudan and Egypt. And so you'll find that they're holding the scepters like these to signify ruling both of them, and the double crown snake up there. And this is actually, I found, where the Wakanda salute comes from. The next thing is this entity in the back right here. For those of you who have actually watched the movie, this entity is Bast. So Bast is the goddess that they worship. I believe they say God, or the goddess Bast. I'm not sure. I believe they say the goddess Bast, but Bast is actually, they call Bast the panther goddess. And so I have this YouTube video that I want to share with you all. Give me 1 second while I switch really quickly. Let me pull up the YouTube link so that we can see this. It's this one. Okay. Okay, and so that is the explanation for Bast. Um, and Bast is actually, for those of you that don't know, actually a Nubian um, goddess. And so Bast actually has a brother. They're twin siblings. Um, and this is, I'm going to show it in the next scene right here. Oops, I apologize. Somebody said the volume was super low in that video. Alafu, I'm so sorry about that. I will play it again for you in the end, but with a better sound quality. But I want to show this right here, where in Black Panther, T'Challa is speaking about death. And he's talking about exactly what death is and how they view death. And so I'm going to share my screen again with you all. Please let me know if the sound quality is okay.
In my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point. You reach out with both hands and Bast and Sekhmet. They lead you into the green belt where you can run forever.
Okay. So you see here that two of the gods of Wakanda, or two gods that they have, are Sekhmet and Bast. And Sekhmet is also actually Bast's sibling, brother, sister. I'm not quite sure how they identify them, or how they gender them. Although Bast is considered a female, Sekhmet is also, I believe, considered a female as well, but they're seen as gods of war. And so these are also Nubian gods and goddesses. And Sekhmet's name actually means power or might. And I believe Sekhmet is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because translation is she who is powerful. So therefore, Sekhmet is a woman. So that is how Black Panther also contributes, where you'll find Nubia-related things in Black Panther. I'm going to go back and continue to share the presentation. So give me 1 second while I pull it up again. Let me go back to full screen mode. Okay. Then you notice the Dora Milaje. And so the Dora Milaje are an elite fighting group in Wakanda that defend the queen, or not just the queen, defend the throne. They're royal to the throne, and that's evident by when Killmonger becomes the king of Wakanda, or the prince of Wakanda, and the Dora Milaje obey him nevertheless. Can anybody think or tell me where they imagine the image for the Dora Milaje comes from? I can't see the chat right now, but I'm going to give a couple of, couple of seconds, maybe 30 seconds for people to put it in there, and then I'll check it later and tell you guys if you're correct or not. Okay, so I have come to find, my personal opinion is that the Dora Milaje are formed, the imagery of the Dora Milaje comes from actually the Kandaka. Kandaka, which is a word that means a bunch of different things, a bunch of, it has a bunch of different meanings, a bunch of different applications, which include queen mother, warrior queen, and a bunch of other things. And actually, the interesting thing is that the Dora Milaje are the most elite fighting force in all of Wakanda. The queen Amani Renas was seen to have had. She's a Kandaka. She is the original Kandaka, actually, the one who was called Kandaka. She was seen to have the most elite fighting force in all of Africa. And so Wakanda is the most developed country, the most fictional developed country in Africa. And so to have the best elite fighting force in Wakanda, which is seen as the most fictional developed country in all of Africa, means you have the most elite fighting force. Therefore, that's how I arrived at that. The next thing I actually want to talk about is this figure right here, Queen Ramonda. Queen Ramonda is the queen of Wakanda. She is T'Challa's mother and Shuri's sister. Shuri's mother, sorry. Shuri is her daughter. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why that came out that way. But Queen Ramonda, if you've noticed during the movie, they call her Queen Mother. Queen Mother is another meaning for the word Kandaka. And so that's another reference to Nubia within the movie Black Panther. Now, I actually want to talk about Avatar, not The Last Airbender, but Avatar, the one with the blue people that are like 10 feet tall. You're probably wondering, okay, well, what the heck does Avatar have to do with Nubia? How does that, what's the correlation there? If anybody knows where this scene is coming from, if you've seen the movie, does anybody know where this scene comes from or what this thing in the background is? I'm gonna give you guys a couple of seconds to post it in there, and then I'll explain it. Okay, so this scene back here, this thing is called the Tree of Life. And if you've seen the movie Avatar, basically what it is the Tree of Life is this massive tree, which they believe connects to everything on the planet, and therefore they worship as the goddess Ewa. Now, that's where things become a little interesting. Ewa in Old Nubian means to pray or to worship. And so it's interesting that they worship Ewa, and Ewa is this goddess that their supreme being, and it's called Ewa, and what the Old Nubian word for worship or pray is Ewa. All right, now we're going to get into a little bit of Quran, into a little bit of Islam. And so this thing right here in the background is a pyramid. This is a Nubian pyramid. And the reason why I use Nubian pyramid instead of Egyptian pyramid is because the Egyptian ones are a little bit larger in size. They're a little shaped differently. Nevertheless, built by the same group of people, but this is a pyramid in the background. Now, if you look up Surat al-Qasas, this is the ayah from Surat al-Qasas down here. I hope you guys can see the complete ayah. I don't know if you guys see StreamYard is sharing this window at the bottom. If not, I hope not. But this is the complete ayah. Now, the building of the pyramids is actually an interesting thing. And so the pyramids were built actually not as just pyramids, but in the time of Musa alayhi salam, what happened, Musa, who is Moses, what happened is that, Moses comes to Pharaoh and he explains to him, I worship one God, this God is Allah, and he kind of begins to give him the teachings. The Pharaoh is confused, and so he turns to his right-hand man, who is Haman, and he says to Haman, I need you to build me a ladder. I need you to build me something so I can climb up there and see this God that Musa is talking about. I need to see this God that Moses is talking about. Now, the pyramids are seen as steps. They are actually step-like, and they're actually baked, which is the cool thing right here. They're made from clay that has been baked and that has been moved around, and they're formed as a step ladder. You'll see that some archaeologists, some Egyptologists will say that the belief is that the pharaoh will climb up and then go into the afterlife. Allahu alam. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not an Egyptologist. I'm not an archaeologist by any means. I've heard that being said, but that's not. I don't know. That's outside of my realm. As I said earlier, I'm an epidemiologist by training, but it's interesting that this is what is said, and the structure that comes about as a result of it is actually a pyramid. To kind of add another Islam-related one, Musa alayhi salam refused to drink from any woman that was not his mother, and the Nubian word for refusal is mon. So to refuse something, you'll say this person has refused it mon, and so monsa which we believe is the actual name of Musa alayhi salam. Monsa is a word which means I have refused, or this person has refused. He has refused, and so uh, that is something that's just said to us. Allahu Alam if that has any connection to that, but that's just something that I've heard my elders say, and I've heard the older people in the village will say. All right, that's all I have for you guys for now for Nerdy Nubians. I hope you tune in, and I hope that you all will actually, come during the podcast, share what it is that you know. I'm going to start a hashtag called Nerdy Nubians, and I hope everybody will share the random facts that they have found as a result of that. Let me know if there are any comments, anything that you would like me to address. I'll be hanging out for a few minutes. But then after this, inshallah, we will finish up Nubia Fest with the closing ceremony. But I'll be around for a couple of minutes if anybody would like to share anything, if anybody has any questions about anything that I have said. Oh, I promised Asma and I believe that's Sarah, that I would replay the video. So let me go find that video momentarily, okay? All right, here is the video that I promised you. Give me 1 second while I upload it for you. While I put it up, want to make sure that I fulfill that promise. Okay, here we go. Please let me know if the sound quality is better. This is the only other one that I found. If not, then I will try to find it and post it on my different Instagram, my different social media handles.
Strongest substance in the universe, struck the continent of Africa, affecting plant life around it. And when the time of men came, 5 tribes settled on it, Wakanda. Tribes lived in constant of each other till they shot them. Seeing the plant led him to the heart shape that granted him superhuman strength, speed, and instincts. The warrior became king and the first Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda. 4 tribes agreed to live under the king's rule, but the Jabari tribe isolated themselves in the mountains. Wakandans used vibranium to develop technology more advanced than any other nation. As Wakanda thrived, while the rugged descended further into chaos. To keep vibranium safe, the Wakandans vowed to hide in plain sight, keeping the truth of their power from the outside world.
Still hide, Baba?
Yes.
Why?
Wow, that was really loud. I'm sorry, I didn't know that that would happen at the end there. But that is what I have for everybody for Nerdy Nubians. I hope you all will join me on Instagram and will join me on Twitter, and we'll post things with the hashtag Nerdy Nubian. Um, I hope you all will post the Nubian facts that you find there using this hashtag so I can find everybody and that we can compile we can actually make a Nerdy Nubian club. Yes, I'm all for that. We'll make a Nerdy Nubian club. But thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for being part of the discussion, and I appreciate the comment about this being a lovely live. Thank you so much. And inshallah, I will see you all in about 40 minutes for our closing session, our closing remarks.